for shells and stone. It is used in tallying. When we say tallying, the term tally comes from the French verb tailler, meaning to cut, not just as tally marks. Bone artifacts being incised markings seem to indicate that people of the Old Stone Age had devised a system of tallying by groups as early as 300,000 BC. Example of an incised bone was a needle at in Shango along the shores of the Lake Edward. The next one is knots as numbers. In the New World, the number string is best illustrated by the knot cords called quipus. They were originally a South American Indian tribe. The Mayan civilization existed for over 2,000 years, with the time of its greatest offering being the period 300 to 900 AD. The Mayan calendar was composed of 365 days divided into 18 months, 20 days each, and a residual period of 5 days. This led to the adoption of the counting system base 20, which is called the decimal system. The symbols representing numbers larger than 19 were arranged in a vertical column, with those in each position moving upward multiplied by successive power of 20. In this picture, you can see the shell, which is represent or equivalent to 0, the dot, which is equivalent to 1, and a vertical line, which is equivalent to 5.
Egyptian mathematics. Egyptians are known as an excellent mathematicians and builders. They used mathematics to measure land and to build pyramids. And today, we're going to see the different things that involved in Egyptian mathematics. First is the Rosetta Stone. As you can see in the picture, Rosetta Stone is an irregularly shaped tablet of black basalt where you can find the rewriting system, the hieroglyphics, Demotic, and ancient Greek. Next is the two papyri of Egyptian mathematics. First is the Rhind Mathematical Papyrus. It is named after the Scottish antiquarian Alexander Henry Rhind. These papyrus show how multiplication and division were done during 600 BCE. The second one is the Moscow Mathematical Papyrus. This papyrus contains several problems in arithmetic, geometry, and algebra.
Babylonian mathematics, are also known as Assyro-Babylonian mathematics, are the mathematics developed or practiced by the people of Mesopotamia. The main contribution of the Sumerians and Babylonians was the development of writing with their cuneiform script, an advance that allowed record keeping and knowledge to be preserved and passed down through the generations. Tablets also allows modern historians to delve into past and explore sophisticated mathematical techniques of the explosion in mathematics of the later Greeks. While we tend to call to the mathematics of these advanced civilizations Babylonian, other cultures such as Sumerians and the Assyrians also contributed the development of an advanced civilization in the Fertile Crescent.
Welcome to Greek mathematics. Now, here are the Greek mathematicians. First, this is Thales, also known as the Thales theorem, which is the intercept theorem. Now, proceed to the next one. Next one is Hippocrates of Chow. He is the one who employed himself to this problem during the 5th century, and he has the 3 classical problems. And then, the third one is Democritus. He is a pioneer of mathematics and geometry in the 5th and 4th century before Common Era. He introduced the idea of infinite number of points make up the line. Next one is Plato. Plato is a philosopher and mathematician, writer of philosophical dialogues, and founder and academic in Athens. The first institution learning is in the Western world. He is best known as the description of Platonic solids. The next one is Pythagoras. He is the father of Pythagorean theorem, and he often called first true mathematicians. Now, proceed to Euclid. Euclid is the father of geometry, pioneer of approximatic in geometry, and he wrote the Book of Elements. And now, this is Archimedes. He is known as the best mathematician, and he found approximate the value of pi. He formulated the formula for the volume, sphere, and cylinder.
Welcome to Islamic mathematics. Islamic scientists in the 10th century were involved in three major mathematical projects: the completion of arithmetic algorithms, the development of algebra, and the extension of geometry. Here are some of the mathematicians during the Islamic Golden Age. Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi, commonly known as Al-Khwarizmi, the father of algebra. Thabit ibn Qurra, most well known for his translation of ancient Greek texts into Arabic. He proved the Pythagorean theorem and Euclid's first postulate. Abu Kamil. He was a prominent Egyptian mathematician during the Islamic Golden Age. He is considered as the first mathematician to systematically use and accept irrational numbers as a solution and coefficient to equation.
Welcome to Chinese mathematics. There are some mathematicians in Chinese mathematics. Li Yuwei, a great mathematician in the Wei Jin dynasty, ushered in an era of mathematical realization in ancient China, and made a contribution to the domain of mathematics. Next mathematician is Li Zi. Li Zi was the next of the 13th century Chinese mathematicians. His most famous work is the Yuan Hai Jing, written in 1248. The next major figure from this golden age of Chinese mathematics was Yang Wei. He wrote the Shangji Zhu Zhang Xuanfa in 1261, and his other works were collected into the Yang Wei Xuanfa, which appeared in 1275. There are some number systems in Chinese mathematics. First, the Shang Dynasty numerals are article bone script decimal. For example, we have 2826, so that 2826 was represented by the symbol for 2000 followed by 820 and 6. Here is the way in 2826 would appear. However, a second form of Chinese numeral began to be used from the 4th century BC when counting words came into use.
The word Renaissance began in Italy, rebirth 14th to 16th century, new way of thinking, concept of zero, many advancement in algebra. The mathematicians of Renaissance mathematics are Luca Pacioli, the father of accounting and bookkeeping. He also investigated the golden ratio of 1.618 in his book The Divine Proportion. Next is Scipione di Ferro. He was an Italian mathematician who is famous for being the first to find a formula to solve a cubic equation. Next is Niccolo Fontana Tartaglia. He was a poor engineer known for designing fortification, a surveyor of topography, and a bookkeeper in the Republic of Venice.
Early modern mathematics.
Here are the mathematicians in early modern mathematics. Isaac Newton. Newton's research on motion helped give credibility to the heliocentric view. Newton also helped pioneer telescopic innovations, and he is sometimes credited with inventing the first reflecting telescope. Galileo Galilei. Galileo provided a new view of science, emphasizing descriptive and quantitative explanation. Science for a Galileo involves the derivation of body of knowledge from a small number of mathematically formulated physical principles. Nicolaus Copernicus. He is first to propound a comprehensive heliocentric theory equal in scope and predictive capability to Ptolemy's geocentric system. Copernicus turned the world inside out, putting the sun at the center and setting Earth into motion around it. René Descartes. One of the greatest minds of the scientific revolution, the inventor of deductive reasoning, Descartes was a failure as a practical scientist, but a success as a mathematician, uniting numbers and forming his work geometry, which described how the motion of a point could be mapped graphically by comparing its position to planes of reference. Johannes Kepler explored and formulated mathematical laws that revolutionized understanding of planetary motions. Kepler studied the orbits of the planets and sought to discern some grand scheme that defined the structure of the universe according to simple geometry.
feel like rain in the morning, giving me mixed emotions.